Good morning! Well, it might not be morning when you watch this, but it's morning for me. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about my most recent trip to Las Vegas. We went to Vegas for my birthday. My birthday was the beginning of May, and it was an amazing trip. It was so much fun. So I just wanted to share with you guys my videos, my pictures, a few of my tips and tricks to help you maybe on your next trip to Vegas. So if you want some tips, tricks, videos, and photos from Vegas, just keep watching. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is drinks. And this is the biggest tip. Anybody, any blogger, any vlogger, anybody who's ever gone to Vegas will tell you, if you gamble on the floor in a casino, there are waitresses that will bring you drinks. All you have to do is tip them. They're free. The drinks are free. But if you think about it, if you go to the bar in the casino, you're going to spend about $12 a drink. How ridiculous is that? Why don't you just sit down at a slot machine, play a little bit, and then the waitress will bring you a drink. But seriously, there are drink specials everywhere. Like, there was happy hours and drink vouchers. Like, you should not be paying full price for a drink. I promise. The next thing I want to talk about is walking. So everybody thinks that they can walk the whole strip, no problem. Because the buildings are so big and so close together, it looks like you can just hop on over to the next hotel and, you know, just keep on going, right? No, the strip is 5 miles long. From Mandalay Bay until the Stratosphere, it is 5 miles. You are not going to walk 5 miles, I promise. I mean, you might, maybe in a day, but you're not going to get through the whole thing. So that leads me into my next tip, is use the monorail. If you are planning on going up and down the strip, use the monorail. We took the monorail, we bought a 3-day pass for $30, and it was unlimited rides for those 3 days. And it starts in MGM, and then the last, I think, stop on the strip is at the Mirage, but it keeps going. I think you don't really want to keep going after the Mirage, because after that it's like the convention center and it kind of veers off. But use the monorail. It was so convenient. It is, I mean, taxis are expensive. You know, if you're taking a taxi all the time, that can really add up. We took a taxi a couple of times, but not as, like, we saved money by taking the monorail. So like I said, it was $30 for a 3-day unlimited pass, and we didn't have to wait in any taxi lines. No taxi lines. Which, I've never actually had any bad luck with taxi lines, but still, like, you could be waiting in a taxi line for a really long time. Who wants to do that? The monorail was fast. It came every 8 minutes. It was clean. It was safe. We were there at night, and it was safe. So the monorail is located, you've got the Caesars, Bellagio side, then you've got the street, and then you've got like the Venetian side, and then the monorail is just next to that. So there was a stop in MGM Grand, which was great for us because we stayed at New York, New York. There was a walkway to MGM, and we just hopped on the monorail there and went. We went up and down the strip so many times because we had this monorail pass. It was great, it was convenient, it was awesome. So the next thing is kind of a money-saving tip. If you are on a budget for food, I recommend going to buffets. You're going to get the most bang for your buck at buffets, which is the same thing anywhere. If you go to an all-you-can-eat buffet, it's one price, everything you can eat. It's the same in Vegas, and most of the time they're not ridiculously expensive. They're between $15 and $20 a person, like I said, all you can eat. And for breakfast, they were great. We went to the Mandalay Bay breakfast buffet, and it was great. Most of the time, hotels will have a buffet, whether it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or just brunch, or all of it. I'm pretty sure every hotel on the strip has a buffet in it. If you're not on a budget, then go nuts, because there are restaurants everywhere. Tons and tons and tons of restaurants that you can eat at. There's, you know, cheap ones, expensive ones, fancy ones, casual ones. There's celebrity chef restaurants everywhere. I know one of my goals is to eat at all 4 of the Gordon Ramsay restaurants on the strip, and so far I've eaten at 2, and they were delicious. Yes, they were delicious. It's so great. There's so many restaurants that you can choose from, so many different cuisines, and it just makes it really easy. One of the buffets that we saw was with the Total Rewards program. It was called the Buffet of Buffets. So it's $49.99 for Total Rewards members and $59.99 for non-Total Rewards members. And I'll talk to you guys about rewards a little bit later. It was good at 5 different buffets, I think, and within a 24-hour period. So that's, you know, $50, and you get to eat in a 24-hour period. Someone said that they were able to do lunch, dinner, breakfast, and lunch all in the 24-hour period, and it ended up being like $15, $10 to $15 for them to eat all of those meals. So that's a pretty good deal. We had the M Life rewards, so we didn't have anything like that, but you earned points when you ate at a restaurant that was in an M Life hotel. So the next thing is shows. So if you are on a budget with shows, you will definitely find something to see. There are free shows like the Circus acrobatic show. There is like an animatronic show at Caesars. There is like a piratey type show at Treasure Island. So all of these shows are free. They're very short. You can go watch them. Another one, the one that was in our hotel is Zumanity. So that was the Cirque du Soleil Zumanity show, and there were people in the lobby handing out coupons. So I think it ended up being, it was like $69 a ticket or something like that. So there are shows for every budget, and every hotel has a show in it. Some of the other things that you can do for free would be the conservatory at the Bellagio, the volcano at the Mirage, the fountains at the Bellagio, M&M's World, Chocolate World. All of that stuff is free to do. So there is plenty of stuff to do in Las Vegas for any budget. One of the dinner shows that we saw was the Tournament of Kings. So that's in Excalibur, and we actually got a discount on those tickets because we were M Life members. Another great tip is Groupon. So I love Groupon. I use Groupon a lot. And I was so happy when I found this Groupon for the Voodoo Zipline off of the Rio Tower. So this zipline was amazing. So you go up to the top of the Rio, and the Rio Hotel and Resort is off the strip. We actually had to take a cab to the Rio, and you actually zipline away from the strip, but you take off from the Voodoo nightclub at the top of the Rio Hotel. And because the Rio Hotel is next to the strip, it's just down Tropicana, I think, Tropicana Avenue. It's next to the strip. You get an entire view of the strip from beginning to end. It was amazing. And we went during the day, but imagine how beautiful that is at night. So that takes off from the top, and you zip line towards the other tower that's part of the Rio Hotel. And you get up to like 30 miles an hour. This zip line was amazing. It was so good. But I found a Groupon for that. It was $44 for 2 people. We got half off of our video, half off of our photos. We got entrance to the Voodoo nightclub later that day, and then some sort of drink special, which we didn't take advantage of, but I'm thinking next time we go to Vegas, we're gonna end up going to the Rio nightclub. So the next thing I want to talk about is taking advantage of specials in your hotel. So our hotel offered what they call a 3 for $57, and that's 3 attractions for $57. You pick from a list of 6 attractions, the 3 that you want to do. We ended up picking the Big Apple roller coaster, the Secret Garden at the Mirage, and then the Adventure Dome at Circus, which we didn't get to Circus, but it's okay. It was, you know what, it was still, we saved a good amount of money by doing that. The other thing that our hotel offered is a pub crawl pass. So I think it was $60 a person, and there were 4 or 5 bars in our hotel itself, and you got drink specials or free drinks at all of them. So I would probably take advantage of that if I didn't have all this other stuff planned and we had some more free time, that we could do something like that. But it's a good deal, and I would recommend it. The next thing I want to talk about is the Las Vegas City Pass. Now, we didn't get this pass because we were doing the 3 for $57 pass, but what most cities offer is a city pass, and Las Vegas's city pass is $88 a person, and you get entrance to over 50 attractions. So that's an awesome price. And that's $88 per person per day. So if you wanted 1 day, if you wanted 2 days, if you wanted 3 days, then that's fine, but the price is obviously going to go up per person. And I'll link that in the description box down below. So now there's something I want to talk about. Saving monies. There's something I want to talk about. Saving money on hotels. This is both easy and difficult. And what I mean by that is there are discounts everywhere. So you've got discounts with Expedia, discounts with MLife, Total Rewards, all of that. But they're not going to be, one discount isn't going to be more than the other. We got a discount for booking our room through MLife, but it wasn't any more of a discount than I found on Expedia. So it was about 20%. So while the discount is great, you're not going to find any more of that. The hotels are very careful as to what discounts they publish at what time. You could always go in the off season, but it's Vegas. Is there really an off season? So now I want to talk about rewards points. I mentioned earlier MLife and Total Rewards. I think there's one more. Like I think Bellagio has a different one. But these are the major rewards programs that the Strip has to offer. So the MLife is the MGM. The hotels are owned by different companies. So like Caesars and Bally's and I think Paris Hotel are all owned by one company. And then you've got New York, MGM, Excalibur, all of those are owned by a different company. So the one company with Caesars is Total Rewards. That's where you get the buffet at 5 different buffets. And the MGM hotels are with MLife. So we got MLife. I recommend signing up for at least one or both because you earn points when you stay at the hotel. You earn points when you play at the casino tables or at the slot machines. We got discounted tickets at Tournament of Kings, the dinner show in Excalibur. And there's one more. Oh, you can earn points at the buffets, some of them. So like I said, the Total Rewards, they offered the buffet of buffets. And for MLife, we went to the Mandalay Bay buffet and we got points for eating there. So that's just one of the things that you can do to kind of, get some of your money back. So that's it, guys. That's my tips and tricks for my most recent trip to Las Vegas. If you guys have any more tips and tricks that you want to let me know about, you can leave them in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye! And then the monorail. Hello? Fine. Yes? I'm filming. It's $88